Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. I'm sorry I got delayed a
Good
little
morning,
while.
sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning to all of
Very
you.
good
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. Good morning. Nice to see all of you. Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, VC sir. Sir, our scholars are joining shortly. Mr. Mukherjee and others. Within 1 minute, they are joining, sir. The three scholars.
Yeah. So please take your own time.
Sir. We will be starting within 1 minute, sir. We will be
No
starting.
problem. No problem.
Yes.
Pradeep Dwari has joined, sir.
Mr. Dwari, good morning. Mr. Dwari, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, very good morning to you, Mr. Pradeep Dwari. Yeah.
VC sir, Mr. Joydeep Mukherjee and Mr. The other resource person is joining shortly. So can we start in between, sir, with your permission?
No, I leave it to you. It's your call. If you want
Sir,
to start, we can start. There's
yes, sir. They are
absolutely no issue.
joining. They are having that track a bit later on. So other resource.
Sure.
So, sir.
Yeah. So, very good morning to all of you. Professor Arvind Kumar, Registrar, then Dr. Parikh, Dr. Rumnaji, Dr. Sudipto, all our faculty members, and the students that are joining our today's workshop. So this topic, is sort of selected by our team for today's discussion is something very, very important. That is the digital transformation of business. Like it is quite some time since the digital technologies have come, maybe starting with the computers and after that mobiles and, uh, plus various other types of the communication technologies that have come into that, the various range of digital technologies, whatever have come, they have changed our day-to-day life. That is what we see from morning onwards, starting with, taking a cab to the office, up to the evening, we are all, the digital technologies have become part and parcel of our life. Just as they have become part of our life personally, they have become part of the life professionally also, as far as the industry is concerned. So while initially these technologies had very incremental effect in terms of just, maybe using a computer, maybe something like, when the initial computers came, I remember at that time, we used to use it for some word processing and doing very menial jobs, or same in the case with the mobiles. We were using it just to make calls. But today, each of these devices, they have become more and more versatile, and you are using them more and more of it. So one aspect is, how these kind of digital technologies got integrated or got, enmeshed into the business. Sort of that is, typically what we mean in a simple terms, if somebody has to say what is a digital transformation is essentially that. But, when we talk of, the deployment, the deployment can occur at different levels. Where in an existing business today, just only one second. హలో నమస్కారం శంకర్ గారు. ఇప్పుడు ఐబిఎస్ గుర్గాంలో మన ఈ ఫిక్స్డ్ ఎసెట్స్ స్టాక్ వెరిఫికేషన్ అయిపోయిందండి, ఫిజికల్ వెరిఫికేషన్. ట్యాగింగ్కి దే వాంట్ టు ప్లేస్ ది ఆర్డర్. దానికి యాజ్ ఎ మ్యాటర్ ఆఫ్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ మనం ఐబిఎస్ పెడితే బాగుంటుందా, ఈఫై గ్రూప్ పెడితే బాగుంటుందా? ఓహో ఓకే. రైట్ అండి, దట్ ఈస్ ది ఓన్లీ థింగ్ అండి. వాళ్ళు ఎందుకంటే దీనికి ఆర్డర్స్ ప్లేస్ చేసి ఏమైనా ట్యాగింగ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటున్నారు. సో దట్ ఈస్ ది ఓన్లీ థింగ్. అందరూ ఇప్పుడు చైన్లు గారు లీవ్లో వెళ్ళారు ఆయన, అందుకని వాళ్ళకి ఏదో డెసిషన్ అట్టగా. సరే ఓకే థ్యాంక్ యూ. So I'm sorry that was, some priority call and something else. Yeah. So now the deployment, or the use of technology in the business, they can be at different levels. Sort of using it as a sort of a tool to do some job, that is, one level of deployment, at the lowest level. From there, the deployment, can go to such an extent that, the digital tool or digital technology, it comes and changes my entire process itself. So there, what happens is there is some kind of a process transformation that is taking place. Maybe earlier, like in fact, we were getting the kind of a payment, the payments, they were getting through cash. The same payment, now if it goes through a digital mode. So there's some kind of a process transformation that has taken place. Ultimately, it is getting into the bank account, but it is going through a digital way to that. The next level could be the same kind of a digital transformation, it changes the entire, nature of the business itself. Like if we take something like a transportation business, that's an example that most of the people refer to today. So where, earlier, I used to sort of, call a cab, there used to be cab operator, and I used to book a cab in advance and come to me. And instead of that, today, like in fact, what I do is instead of a cab operator, there's an aggregator. I just sort of, use the digital technology and, I call, it's not, one cab operator, any cab operator that is anywhere there, he comes. And ultimately this cab operator earlier, I remember there used to be big boards called the taxi service or car hiring services. Today they have disappeared. At least, Ranchi, they are still there. But otherwise places like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Delhi, they have disappeared. In fact, I used to live in Delhi earlier. Whenever I had to pick up, a flight early next day morning, that used to be a big problem for me. because I used to go catch hold of them and tell them in advance, in some areas in Delhi, there used to be some kind of, cab agencies used to be there in the night. But now that's not required. We can book in advance and book whatever the type of vehicle that we want anytime in advance into that. So now these so-called the kind of whether you call aggregators or the operators that we are talking of, whether it is a Uber, Ola, or whosoever that have come into that. These guys, unlike earlier, they don't own the cabs. They don't have assets on their books. And they don't own or, the drivers are not their employees. But today what has happened is, their tool or what their kind of the differentiator is, they got a technology. The technology with regard to essentially something like a GIS and GPS technology so that they know to track where the vehicles are there. And, on one hand, they manage, the supply and, the demand, the balance. Depending on that, number of vehicles on the road and where it is, what type of vehicles, all that, they manage on one side. And on the other side, they manage the customers. For this, there is a kind of mediating or intermediate technology that they have got, which is a digital technology. And today, that's the kind of, the essence of the business. So with the result, if you notice, whether it is Ola, whether it is Uber, Uber, they employ more of IT people than the drivers. So with the result, now we call it as something like, a car hailing or cab hailing service or whatever you call into that, more than the car, it has become a technology business into that. Same in the case, if you take, something like a Paytm, is it a bank? Is it a financial services company? No. So Paytm is today, it's a technology company. Most of their efforts go in terms of mediating that and seeing that on how securely you can make use of the technology. Because now with the cyber security problems that have come in, today, like they are a lot more concerned with the technology problems. They are not sort of bothered about earlier when you talk of payments, what used to be bothered about? Cash handling, currency notes, good quality, bad quality, bundling them, putting them. I remember because I was born in the era where we didn't have any digital systems, and our salaries used to come through cash. That time it used to be marathon exercise, and to give the salaries. Even to Arvind Kumarji, also you also may be remembering those days. Like if they have to come and disperse the salary, they have to go to the bank and they have to draw the currency. And the bank used to say, take all the low denominations. But, company used to say, no. And that time, the kind of a payroll and cash handling, that time with regard to the currency, quality of the notes, coins, and putting the packets into that. But today, Paytm is not bothered about that. Paytm or PhonePe, they are not bothered about that, But they are also financial services. And there, it is the technology that is driving the business into that. And gradually what is happening is from, a technology becoming a small little kind of a tool, now it has taken a center stage. And without technology, sometimes I find, even in Hyderabad, sometimes you say navigation is not working, the entire Uber goes for a toss. Or if the Uber server, it is slow, not even forget about even down. If the server is slow, so much of a business, so many customers and so many drivers are affected. And it has become, so critical for that into that. So when once we get into that, and today, like, whether it is a kind of, Amazon, whether it is a Flipkart, whether it is, Paytm, or whether it is Uber, for all of them, they're sort of a more than just deployment of the technology has transformed the entire business. And in our, you can say for the MBA students, and when we talk of a business models. Sort of in simple terms, what is a business model? Business model is the way that you acquire customers and deliver the kind of service to the customers and get some realization out of that. That is what is the business model. And ultimately, how do I make money, whether revenues or profit into that, sort of that is where the entire business model itself is undergoing a dramatic change. So that is at a higher level what we are talking about. Today, if you notice all over the world, lots of businesses are going through this kind of a business transformation. sort of with the result, like, maybe the dependence on the kind of, it has got multiple dimensions in that, when once the technology comes, sort of no doubt, the companies are spending more on technology and more on the kind of cutting edge technology. But at times, while some people say that, people are losing jobs, more than losing the jobs, what is happening is, the kind of, the employee profile and roles are undergoing dramatic changes. And now, it is not just sort of, one guy that is going and doing a programming. Today, like, apart from just a programmer cannot simply say that I know JavaScript and I can do this. That's not enough. Today, in fact, as a matter of fact, even the IT is also going through the business transformation, digital transformation. With the result, Abhayji, because, it's not very far off wherein, the Java programs are written by the robots. We don't need anybody at all to write the programs. But then, like, what can a person do a value addition? That is with regard to domain knowledge, a business processes. That is something that you cannot delegate, and it cannot go to the kind of, into the digital technology at all. So with the result, what is happening is, like, the roles are undergoing dramatic changes. And the pure play IT role will not become pure play IT role. It has to be, every IT person must have an understanding of, the business knowledge. What is a telecom industry? What is a banking industry? What is a retail industry? They need to understand the context where the technology is being deployed. And depending on where the technology is being deployed, the kind of, the perspectives are totally different. So this being the case, for all of our students, they need to understand that the digital transformation doesn't mean that, it is all the lookout of only the IT people. Far from that. In fact, it is now you need more and more of the people that understand two dimensions. They need to understand how the technology is progressing, what are the technologies that are coming, and how the technologies are changing the types of businesses. That is one thing that they need to understand. Second is the business people, they need to understand the technologies. So with the result, there has to be amalgamation. We need to have people that understand both the sides. And so much so that if you look at for the digital transformation, there is a role for all of our students. Sort of whether it is a BCA student, whether it is a BTech computer science students or MCA student, there the perspective would be possibly it could be something like 60-70% of technology, it could be something like 30% of a business sense. They need to understand the application, they need to understand the integration issues, all that into that. And it also means integration of multiple technologies also. They need to understand the integration of multiple technologies and ultimately integration of all these technologies with the business processes and the customers into that. And particularly, like, in fact, when the entire digital transformation is taking place, it affects not only the kind of industry and companies, but also affects the kind of external environment. That means the kind of a customers and suppliers into that. So because of that, the entire value chain undergoes a dramatic change. Whosoever is into that, typically there is kind of some kind of a money that is there, then banking will come into that, and the regulatory authorities will come in. So with the result, the ecosystem in which a company is operating will undergo changes. So an IT person needs to have an understanding of that, understanding of a holistic perspective. Similarly, somebody into the kind of like our BBA, MBA, BCom, all these students, they need to understand how the various businesses and functions are getting transformed and how the entire marketing function is getting transformed. Starting from pure play where, maybe you go and do sort of, a person to person selling. Now, it has become, a digital marketing. And now we call in terms of the marketing automation that we are talking of, digital selling, what we are talking up into that, and they also need to understand what is the power of a technology and how it can affect the sales and marketing going up to the strategies. Same thing apply with regard to the HR. They need to understand how digital kind of can affect the entire the recruitment and selection processes. Gone are the days where somebody will put, newspaper advertisement and get applications. They need to understand, the power of, the Naukris or power of, the monsters, and how they deploy them. And also they also need to understand, on how sort of as a HR manager, how they can recruit people using the social media. They need to understand, the today, like in fact, before, particularly at senior levels, before somebody is called for interview, a HR manager, they do a lot of check. And the personality of the person, looking at, their postings on the various media, whether it is LinkedIn or whether it is, Facebook or various media, they try and understand and measure the personality of the person, before they call them even for interview. And similarly, same thing applies in the case of finance. Finance so is becoming, you look at even in the banking. Today, banks are deploying more of a technology people and more of a techno-commercial people. So that being the case, all our BBA, MBA, all of our students, they can't shy away from technology. They also need to understand technology and understand how the technology is affecting the various functions and the business per se. And this applies, as I mentioned, starting from the deployment going up to the strategy level into that, or a consulting level. So much so, in fact, considering that Mr. Pradeep Dwari is there, and from IT, who will see there, Joydeep is there. So maybe today, if you look at as far as the IT industry is concerned, whosoever has been tracking the kind of IT industry, maybe whether look at the kind of multinationals like IBM, or you look at Indian companies like, a TCS, Cognizant, of course, Cognizant, of course, I should not call it an Indian company, sort of whether it's the TCS or Wipro, Infosys, or HCLTech kind of companies, the growth of their business has been in the digital transformation and not so much in the traditional businesses of, the application development and maintenance. So, and they are using, a lot of MBAs for doing the business analysis, systems analysis or business analysis, business analytics, all those are all the areas where an MBA has got an upper hand when compared with the technology person. Whereas a technology person, he will deploy the technology and understand the business perspective so that he can build the systems into that. So that is the reason why today we thought that, we'll have this workshop. And one first cut we had, a few weeks back. And we thought that, the benefit of this must go to, number one, to all of our faculty members, as well as the students. And the digital transformation, if you see, like if you look at the most of the Indian universities, including the business schools, still they have not woken up to that. And it is very unfortunate. And this is an area where the industry and businesses are far ahead of the academia. Today, like in fact, out abroad also it is the same thing. But of course, abroad, the difference has been that, it has been some of the strategy consultings that have taken the lead in this, be it in terms of Accentures or BCGs of the world and Ernst & Youngs and KPMGs, they have kind of come into the digital transformation. And they are the kind of torchbearers. And after that, the next tier of people are the IT vendors. So this is something that we are very keen that, all of our students and all of our faculty should be abreast of this, because, the jobs are there right now. It's not that, we are not talking of year hence or 2 years hence to that, And when once, our students understand what is a digital transformation and how that is impacting not only functional level deployment, but also how it is, transforming the business model and businesses per se into that, that will give an upper hand to them when they go for, any job recruitments into that. So that is the purpose of this, and that is the reason why today we have designed this workshop. And I'm so glad that, our team, they put in a lot of efforts in this. And the way the entire workshop is structured is, for this, we are also so delighted that our PhD scholars, they have come forward. And we have taken a poll some time back. All of them said, yes, sir, we are very interested in that. So because of that, in today's workshop, as a resource, the resource, is not only our faculty members, but also our faculty, the PhD scholars coming from the industry. We got Joydeep Mukherjee, then we have got, Pradeep Dwari, and
Mr. Shubhendu Vijay Upadhyay.
Yeah.
Shubhendu.
Yeah. He also joined. Very good, Shubhendu.
yes.
And they have been kind enough to join. And while our faculty members can give the perspectives, with regard to sort of what is happening from the various functional perspectives, what we would expect from our industry veterans is to tell us, how the industry is seeing it, and what is the industry practices that are there into that. And while on this, we also thought that we'll also try and bring in some kind of a case study of what is happening. That's where I think, if I remember right, I think Dr. Jha is, I think, building sort of a thing, one case study also on that.
Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's how the entire workshop, the way we structured is sort of this is something like a collaboration between the industry and the academia. Though we take the liberty of PhD scholars, essentially here we are talking of two hands joining, and the academia and the industry joining together, and to bring the best, sort of a best to the students. And when I say that, like in fact, the faculty should not mind if I make a statement that, these are all the areas where, like sometimes, we got to learn along with our students. And, that is happening across the generations. And, I had to learn, with regard to the mobiles along with my daughter. And nowadays, sometimes, I have to learn some more new tricks, with my grandchildren. My grandchildren, they don't know how to read and write, but they know how to operate certain devices much better than me. So that is where we should not feel shy of that, because technology is such. Because some people are born in the technology era itself. Earlier we used to talk of born with a silver spoon and a golden spoon into that. So now you're all born with Facebooks and so internets into that. So that's where that is this thing to that. Because of that, today I'm so glad that all of our faculty have joined and a number of students have joined. And with this, I hearty welcome to all of you. And I believe that this session is going to be very, very interesting and very purposeful and useful to all of you. So thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
So, Shukla, sir.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad Shukla has joined
Sir.
back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yesterday we missed you, Shukla ji.
Sir,
Kal
sir.
nahi the kal, yeah.
So thank you, Honorable VC sir. I am just introducing the introduction to digital transformation in business, and I want to make a foundation on for every students, that there are several batches and several courses of students are joining today's webinar, from first year to final year students. So I want to make a foundations about digital transformations. About digital transformations in business for our students. Okay, let's analyze that if anyone starts the business, basically what they have to perform. They have to perform two types of operations. Number one is strategic planning, and the second one is the tactical planning. Understand the first term, that is strategic planning. In strategic planning, our funda is in business process that we have to analyze the parameters like customer needs, products, who are our competitors, what are the expenditures, and what are our objective plans for long short term or for short term plan. Now, for analyzing all these things, what we have to do? We will search the informations. We will use online survey like Google Form or Monkey Survey. We will use some type of analyzing tools. Now, from where we are using these? We are using internet. Now, this is the first step where business get dive in the digital transformation, as they have started using some of the IT equipments, tools, and technologies. Now, coming towards the tactical operations, where our business is now set up. We have planned our operations, understand the terms. Now, to achieve our objective goals, we have to make the better relationship from customers, and they have to follow up we have to follow up the customers, and we have to give our best service in the business to our customers. Now, in regards, if a customer complains for any of the service, does a concerned organization should follow the complaint and patch up the complaint with an appropriate solution. For an example, let's see, or let's assume if the customer complains that I tried to connect your customer care, but your customer care lines are always seems to be busy. Now it seems, or it creates a problem for the organizations, and they tried to patch up the solution by introducing some new technology tools, which is a chatbot. You can see even IRCTC has designed a chatbot like Ask Disha, and a more explanation of this chatbot will be given in the further slides by Dr. Sudipto sir. Okay. Now, in today's the trend of working with automations, most of organization is adapting it. Here, automation does not mean that the robot will work for us. However, an automation software is installed towards the automatic key finance and tasks like account reconciliation, journal entries, financial statements, and there will be a minimum human interventions. Now, it doesn't mean that robots are doing our work. It means an automatic software is doing or making us ease to do some work in a regular performer. Now, coming towards the example of COVID-19, when a marketplace is closed, then the digital transformation plays a vital role. The place where we get the most crowded place or engaging place to brand our products or to distribute our templates was the social media or the social networking sites where we can brand our products. Thus, by the help of digital transformations, we get a new virtual branding place apart from the real marketplace. Now, Facebook Marketplace is leading in terms of all the places. And you can also see the advertisements in the YouTube channels or YouTube videos. Coming towards the customer satisfaction, the providing and maintaining the proper relationship with customer, the organization has to adopt many technologies, from the customer relations tool to AI, ML, cloud server, or IoTs. Now, in the basic digital transformation, they works on basically three nodes: the business model, technology, the customer satisfactions. Here, the technology is used to act like the bridge between the business model and the customer satisfaction. Thank you. This was the basic foundation that I want to tell about the digital transformation in business, which you should know before starting this seminar. Now, the further PPT will be explained by Dr. Sudipto sir. Sudipto sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shukla sir, for giving a brief background about what digital transformation of business is all about. So before saying anything, I will just start with a small video clip, which will help all the students and all the participants to understand what we are talking about. So I'm just playing a video clip. Just give me 1 minute. seen in this video is that when we talk about digital transformation, what VC sir was also saying in his welcome address, this video have summarized that digital is integral to our life, starting from our morning when we wake up and up to the time when we go to bed. We are using digital things to make our life easy. So as a result of which we are using digital help, we are using digital tools to make our life easy. So likewise, from the organization perspective also, they need to give us the support so that we can use it. As we can see in the video, that starting from the smartwatch and going up to the everything, whatever that that lady was doing. So it is being done using the digital technology. So if you see this slide, which is an extension of what Shukla sir have said, that we talk about the business model. As VC sir have said, it's about how the organizations are doing business. There will be operations that the deliveries will be done, and ultimately there will be a customer experience. So these things will be done in a digitized way. So for that, these are the ultimate objectives. Why organizations are doing this? So that they can understand the requirement of the customers. They can provide their services at the comfort of the customers. As we have seen in the COVID world, that we have bought products using the various e-commerce platforms. So that was the objective of providing the services to the customers at their comfort. The business will also improve with that. There is a digital globalization. We are talking with persons, we are attending webinars all across the globe, right? We can organize this webinar in spite of COVID and lockdown, thanks to the digital technology. And ultimately, the customer satisfaction is the objective, which will help the organization to increase their ROI or return on investment and the profitability of the organization, right? So what Shukla sir was also saying about the chatbot, I will just go towards to our own website, the website of ICFI University Jharkhand. And if you go to the home page, just like any other thing, we also have a chatbot. So I will just show you how the chatbot reacts with respect to our own website. So if you go to the home page, iujharkhand.edu.in, the website of ICFI University Jharkhand, and this is the chatbot. If you click on this, we will see there will be an automatic response, what it happens in any case whatsoever from the chatbot, right? So it is saying, we are online, how may I help you? Please provide your name. So say, for example, I'm providing my name, Shudipto. So when I'm giving my name, Shudipto, they are saying, please provide your mobile number. So I'm providing some mobile number. When I'm providing the mobile number, see, this is how the chatbot have improved. I have given a number which the chatbot have recognized that it is not the correct number. So that doesn't look right. Could we try again? So this is how, even when the persons are not online, but the ICFI University Jharkhand is 24/7 into 365 online for any persons who are interested to know information about the university. So this is something which chatbot is doing, which digital is helping us, and ultimately which is helping us to go ahead to achieve our objectives as organizations, what type of organization which we talk about, right? So going to the just some highlights on the job perspectives, for which detailed discussion will be done by Mr. Pradeep Dwari, who is a resource person for today's webinar, that we talk about the various types of jobs, right? Starting from virtual reality, Internet of Things, big data, cloud computing, social and media. So it is not only for the IT students. As VC sir have said in his welcome address, that the job perspectives are for students from across the domains, whether we are from a management domain, MBA, BBA, whether we are from law, we need to use digital technology, and that will ultimately help us to achieve our objectives and crack an interview. So we need to be aware of what is happening all across us in the digital domain. And also we need to know the basic things so that we can perform once we will be selected in the organizations, right? So I will just show a video which had been shared by VC sir about the ZSpace 3D laptop, right? You will enjoy this, because how the laptop will be modified in the future, it can be seen.
उसके बाद मैडम का नंबर है तो कोई बात नहीं।
So this video shows that how teaching becomes so easy in today's age, right? So I will just take 2 to 3 minutes more of you, and then then the other resource persons will be carrying forward. So I will just show that with respect to Indian context, India is also progressing very fast, as we have seen. So what happened with respect to Indian perspective, with respect to digital transformation? This video will help us to understand.
India is the second largest market in the world for digital consumers and growing fast. It had 560 million internet subscribers in 2018, twice as many as in 2014. Only China has more. Falling costs have spurred digital adoption. Data costs have dropped by more than 95% since 2013. Government programs have helped too. 1.2 billion Indians have biometric IDs. Many are linked to digital bank accounts. Businesses are also going digital, but adoption is uneven. Every sector has leaders, but also many that are behind. Highly digitized sectors like IT and business process management could double their GDP contribution by 2025. Growth could be even higher for newly digitizing sectors like agriculture, healthcare, retail, logistics, and data-driven lending and insurance. Digital could create up to 65 million new jobs by 2025. But 40 to 45 million others will need to be retrained. Government will need to invest in new infrastructure. Businesses will need to nurture new talent. Workers will need to learn new skills. It's a challenge, but if all stakeholders adapt and gear up, digital can be one of the most inclusive drivers of India's future growth and prosperity.
So as we can see, this video summarizes that how digital is also getting imbibed into Indian context. And we have seen, as VC Sarab mentioned in his welcome address, there is a lot of job opportunities and scope across sectors, starting from logistics, retail, etc. And IT is definitely there. So this video was framed by McKinsey, the renowned consulting firm, with respect to. But there are difficulties in adopting technology because some are more advanced, some are not. but that is also being recovered with Indian context. So I'm just showing you the agenda with which the program will go ahead. So after this, there will be a session by Dr. Abhay Kumar Sinha sir, Assistant Professor of IUJ, on the impact of digital transformation of business on the manufacturing industry. Then it will be taken forward by Dr. Gautam Tathi sir about the impact of digital transformation on the service industry. Then Mr. Joydeep Mukherjee, who is CFO of Vision RX Lab, which is a subsidiary of Luxottica Group, he will be talking from the overall business perspective, how digital transformation of business is impacting. Then we have Mr. Shubhendu Vijay Upadhyay, who is a senior manager with Kotak Mahindra Bank. He will be talking with respect to the financial services, how digital transformation will try to address that. Then we have Mr. Pradeep Dwari, who is a consulting CIO of BFST Consulting. He will be talking about the job prospect, the skill needed, which is a very important part of our workshop. And last, we will be ending with Dr. Mridani Jha, Associate Professor IUJ's session about a small case study on digital transformation. Ultimately, there will be a small quiz for all the participants, and there will be a feedback form. After submission of the feedback, e-certificates will be generated. This is how the program will move forward. So this is all from my side. Let me just hand over my the session to Dr. Abhay sir. Dr. Abhay sir, please.
Abhay sir, please unmute your mic. Yes.
Thank you, Sudipto sir and Shukla sir. My agenda is the impact of the digital transformation on the business, on manufacturing industry. Before I go, so this is my agenda points. Before I go for details in this one, I will first go for the what is the basic of the digital and what is the digitalization. That is a very essential to understand for many persons who don't even know the what is the digitalization. So first is the I express what is a digitalization. So there we have the two type of the data. There is the analog data, another is the digital data. Analog data has a potential that when we save it and we transmit it, it loses its the capacity. And when we store the analog data, it is a continuous and we can have any value. There is no break in the value in the analog data. When we talk about the digital data, this analog data is converted in the digital form by the sampling. So we take the sample at the regular interval of the digital analog data, and these is a value we are storing in the form of the values. And when we have two values, consecutive values, there will be infinite gaps will be there. So we can have an infinite number of data between this. So we can convert our analog data into digital data, and again the digital data can be converted into analog data. So this is the now what is the benefit when we have the digital data? When we have a digital data, we can able to store the digital data, transmit the digital data without any loss, and shape and size. We cannot lose anything when we are transmitting, storing and data. And this can be viewed easily when today we see the video pictures. Earlier we have seen the audio and the video in the analog format that's come in the tape. We find there is a lot of disturbance and the clarity is not there. Now, today, when we see same thing through the DBT or this one, we see the pictures are very, very clear. Another advantage of the having the digital data, that we can manipulate the digital data as we wish. So manipulation of the digital data is a very, very possible in this one. So these things, these benefits gives us a very, very big advantage over the digital data. And this is called the digitalization and the digital. So once we come into the analog signals, earlier we are talking, we are working in the analog era. Now we converted into the digital era. So next topic I want to discuss, use of digitalization. Where we are using the digitalization? Basically, in the starting, most of the digitalization we are using in the past is the database management system. We store the data, we manipulate the data, we extract the information of data, and it was the 80 to 90%. Earlier, it is 80 to 90%, and still it is being used. Example of the banking, reservation system, accounting, these are the still we are using in this one. Another area where we were using the digital data is the process control. But it was limited, but as gradually we are moving forward into the new era and industry 4.0, this process control things is gradually increasing, and the use of the IT, machine learning, artificial intelligence, it has been changing very rapidly. And this process control is one of the major part that is the manufacturing process is using, manufacturing industry is using. They are using to control how the things is going on. Next is the information communication. These are the recent one. The information is being communicated through the digital format. Earlier, this was very limited, but with having the high bandwidth speed and data, as the Sudipto sir is mentioning, it is increasing rapidly. And having this better communications, this information communications is rapidly increasing. We are having the email, text, audio, video. You have seen the YouTube, online meetings. That just now we are having the online meeting webinar. All these is possible because of this one. And next one is the data visualization. It is a very tedious work to read 1,000 page of data and take out some concrete information from those data. So this is very tedious. Now the graphical representation of data make it very, very easy for the people to understand what is happening and how these are the different data, chart, objects. You can see in the last video also, the lady, Sudipto sir is saying that the lady is doing all these things. The lady is doing all these things because of the digital visualization of data. So she can see what is happening her around. So these are now we have the GIS interactive maps are there. So these are the basics of the digitalization of data. Now I come into the digitalization in the manufacturing process, manufacturing industry. Manufacturing industry has the high performance computing. They are already using the computer aided design, computer aided engineering. Recently, we have the cloud computing, advanced sensor technology. These are the very, very big way in the advanced sensor technology. In 2.5 million advanced sensor were used in the 2012. In the 2020, we are using the 50 billion, and by the 2022, just after 2 years, it is expected to reach the 241 billion sensors being used in the industry. See, this is showing the tremendous growth. 3D printing is being used to generate the concept, and we have the things being printed, which is not possible earlier. So this has the versatility. Industrial robotics is there. Data analytics. Now these all are generating the lot of data. So this data is being processed, and analytics is done on the processing of the real-time data. Machine learning. Machine learning is the one of the area where we learn from our data, real-time data, and we train the machine to do something. Wireless connectivity for better enable the machine-to-machine communications. These are the machine-to-machine communications. Wireless connectivity is making better. Inside the manufacturing units, this can be done through putting the wireless communications machines. But outside area in the industry, in the road, we are lacking this one. And as soon as the 5G will become, we can see this one will happen in the real life also. This IoT is going to be playing a major role in the manufacturing process because of this one, robots, stamps, actuator, 3D printer, these all are using the IoT technology. It improved the operational efficiency, predictive and preventive maintenance. Means earlier maintenance was done when the machine was down or there is a regular maintenance schedule. But now with the help of the IoTs, we can predict the machine is going to be fail, or there are some problem is going on the machine. So we can do the preventive maintenance earlier before the machine will go down. Supply chain management. In the supply chain management, with the flow of information, the supply chain management is become very efficient, and the inventory level is going down. Requirement of inventory is become low as the inventory is maintained for the smooth supply of items. But as we know the real fact, what is the required, where it is required, and it can be predicted in advance where this items will be required, so that all these informations that is flowing will be reduce the supply chain management. Inventory and the logistic will be in the part of that. Next slide. There is an industry, we are talking about the industry 4. Industry, there are several generations of industry. Industry 1 was started with the steam power, then electricity will become available. So that's triggered to the industry 2. After the use of electronics and the IT, this triggered the 3. Now having the IoT and this real communication, real-time communications, all this make the possible the industry is going in the industry 4.0. Next video will be give you the insight of the 4.0 industry.
Industry 4.0 is about connectivity. It's an opportunity to radically change the way industry responds to the needs of society. As previous industrial revolutions were led by innovations in manufacturing processes and systems, the advancement of Industry 4.0 will be driven by a smart, interconnected, pervasive environment. The opportunities for disruption are huge, and those left behind will feel it acutely. The major players are moving away from isolated silo-driven development, which limits scope and value of new projects. Instead, they are moving towards large-scale and proactive integration across their enterprise and among their customers, supply base, and products. To ensure they are aware of every possible opportunity Industry 4.0 technology has to offer.
Industry 4.0 trigger the smart manufacturing, and it is a move around the Internet of Things, Internet of Service, Internet of Data, and Internet people. Inside this one, the smart mobility, a smart grid, a smart logistic, business web, social web, a smart home, a smart building, and we are discussing about this one, a smart city also. And this is the smart city. In the center, this is the smart factory. So a smart factory is generating a lot of automations, and using this one, they not only have the automations, they generate a lot of real-time data, and this data can be analyzed on the real time. So these all the things we at present we can see in the manufacturing one. This will be going to be changed rapidly with this smart manufacturing. Let us see one video on this part. Here you can see a lot of analysis. All those, the operations is being automated. Not it is automated, but there is a lot of real-time analysis will be there. Every steps is being analyzed and the things given into the track will be there. Planned versus actual, these are all the analysis will be done. And this is the very give the way how can it can be used. After even not even this one, after the manufacturing of the tire, when the tire is being used, that tire is still sending the data to the manufacturing company, and manufacturing company is getting the real-time data about the performance of the tire. So these are going to be just a sample what will be the future manufacturing industry will be there. Aniket Mandal is raised his hand. He want to ask some question.
Abhay sir, we can have the question answer at the last of the session.
Okay, okay.
Sir.
Now I am going to present one case study of the one air compressor company, Kaiser Compression. This company is producing 1 lakh compressor and being used actively by the customers. And when there will be a breakdown, so to avoid the breakdown, they put a IoT sensor inside the compressor to capture the environmental and performance data such as temperature, humidity, vibration of the compressor. This helps the company to identify any future flow in the compressor. So when they have a regular maintenance work, they predict the future fault in the compressor, any things that is being maintained. So they do the fault replace during the scheduled maintenance rather than the compressor machine is getting down. So this way they find that the 60% reduction in the on-schedule equipment breakdown, they fix, and their saving is the $10 million saving in the cost for the compressor company. And with this lower breakdown, they have given a air as a service, just like we are having the cloud as a service. So they given the air as a service. So they ask a customer not to purchase the compressor, rather than they lease out the compressor for as their requirement. And as the customer have as much requirement, they lease compressors. When they have lesser requirement of the compressor air, they lower the requirements. So this way they have earned 30 million annual saving in the, and the airs. This way they help a paint company to save the 30 pound annual, 30,000 pound. So this is the way, and this open a new business model for the company. So this as this digitalization will be go ahead, it will be open the more new business models, and the new business model will be used. As VC sir said, and Sudipto sir also mentioned that This digitalization is going to change the way we are going to work in the future. And it is not only the IT will be there, it is going to be a big way of change the way the people will work. Now, it will not affect only the IT students, but it will be affect all type of the students in the future, their way of working. So ones have to be versatile, have the knowledge about this one, how these things will be go ahead and how they are using. Just like we see, sir, VC sir is mentioning that this Ola and all these things, taxis. So private taxis has been gone, but Ola and Uber services now is surfacing. So there is a change in the way we are working. So one have to be ready to be get in this digitalization and digital transformations. If no one go into the digital transformations, we are going to lose and we will be treated as a outdated. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhay sir. I now request Dr. Gautam Tathi sir to please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Abhay sir. Thank you, Sudipto sir. Very good afternoon, respected BC sir, respected registrar sir, and the industry delegates, my fellow colleagues, and dear students. As this topic is very emerging, our honorable BC sir also highlighted a lot of point in that, in which I am going to add some idea and the value to the students so that they can understand what is the real scenario and how the things are changing very fast. So for that reason, I'm going to now share my screen with all of you. So far, my fellow colleagues, they have already mentioned about the digitalization process, the transformation of business process, and my Abhay sir has already he elaborated something about the impact of digital transformation of business on manufacturing industry. Now, my area is impact of digital transformation of business on service industry. So basically, as you have seen, the service industries employed a large number of people, and in the service industries, the technology deployment is very high. So for that reason, now, as my fellow colleagues, they have already given a very brief idea about the digital transformation. So here, something just I'm going to, with the continuance of that, I'm adding some value. That is organizations that adapt to change in their ecosystem by leveraging the digital technology to create digitally enhanced, and that should be customer centric business model. That would be the demand of the new market. And for that reason, in the digital transformations, where people, the management, those who are involved and those who are working in the process, they always think for create something new, right? Create new customers experience. They are looking for that in the digital transformations. They try to improve operational efficiency by adding some new value, by adding some technology facilities. They also think for generate new revenue stream with the help of this digital transformation. It facilitates all these things. Then also there is a rapid response to changing conditions, because we always, the taste and preference of the customers, as you have seen, it changes very fast. People want something new at every point of time. So we cannot stick to the traditional mode of operations and the system and the product or services. We always want that the system should develop, the technology should develop, the facility should develop, and we always eager to take that. So with this, those who thrive in the digital economy will need to develop and execute a vision for digital transformations. If they will do that, then In returns, they will get the greatest shareholder value. So here we are giving emphasis that how the shareholder value can enhance, or it can be improved, or it can be lead to a better perspective. Now, if we think of like that economy should who thrive in the digital economy also take an ecosystem first approach to delivering the product and the services. If they'll be doing that, as a return, what they'll be getting the gain, the greatest market shares. If they will if they will be doing they will be managing the information effectively and efficiently, then as a return, they will be getting new revenue stream. If they will be doing the flexible and reliable human resource model, then as a return, they will be getting this they will be winning the talent war, because in the competitive advantage, things are moving very fast. The competitors are always in a mood to come out with a new product and the solutions. So there is always a high competition in the market. If the organizations thrives, and if they are going to do optimize the business process for speed, efficiency, to maintain quality, and also they are promoting it, then as a return they'll be getting the increase in product profitability. So all these things they have to do, and this is happening only through the digital transformations. So when we are talking about the accelerating the transformations, the business required outside that, they have to come out from the comfort zone. Okay, they have to move outside from the comfort zone. They have to cultivate new IT talent. Now there is a requirement for the right candidate for the business, as it has been already addressed by our honorable VC sir and my fellow colleague, that IT is the integral part now in every education. So we have to understand whatever qualification we do have, we have to inculcate some IT skills so that we can be placed or we can be employable. Now it's also need to deliver technology the way the business wants. Now business look for technology. Traditionally, we were using in the classroom and using the classroom to teach our students. Now, at this point of time, we are using digital platform to teach our students and interacting with them. We are conducting online examinations. We are providing e-learning facilities. So that is the need of the business. So we have to do that. Now, IT enabled product is the end game in a better future scenario. So in business also, we are going to use the IT, as my fellow colleague, Dr. Ave Sinha has already pointed out. In that case, in a manufacturing process, there is an automation system in which everything is going on in a systematic manner. There is a IT enabled services also we are looking for. Now we are taking the help of Ola, we are taking the help of this postal services also. Now everything we are tracking through mobile phone. Now the service date also, it has been coming in the mobile phone, that when is the due date. Now IT enabled product. Now IT enabled products create the demands nowadays. Now in our automobile sector also, in the car also, it has been, we can capture the movement, the details of our car, everything through the mobile phone. So the tracking system is required, which helps the customers to take care of their assets. So in the digitalizations has been enhanced in such a way that it can be seen in any place, wherever you have, will put your focus. So now you can see Internet of Things, okay, where we can see there is a sensor, there is a parking way, there is a parking place has been given. There is a sign that whenever car we are going to going for a park, they show us the space and everything. Then as we could see, the smart watch, smart shoes we have. Then we have also the smart device through which we can sunglasses also we do have, which is speaker inbuilt, okay, where we can also listen a song that has been inbuilt over there. So that is what the new things which is happening due to the digitalizations process. And now in this case also we can see, now we can talk with the people, we have a WhatsApp, we can connect with everyone. That is a natural interface also it has been created. We can talk with a person, we can have a video call also as and when we require. So that facility is also been activated with the help of the digital transformation. Now, also we are going to have take the help of GPRS and other services to track our systems. So that is again the next generation security is also it has been embedded in such a way that whenever you want to use our credit card, debit card, we get say OTP and also the messages that this amount has been drawn from the account. So it is you or not, you authenticate that. So this is all security process that is going on. Now the 3D printing, so 3D printing and 3D laptop has been again shown by my fellow colleague, Dr. Sudipto. He has shown you a video in that where 3D printing, the 3D laptop was there where it makes the learning process easier and the convenient. So 3D printer also we may use nowadays. That is happening due to the digitalization process, where now the cake, if you want to celebrate a birthday party, also the picture can come out in the face of the cake. That is also available now. It can come out in the bread also. So this is what the power of the digitalizations in the industries, and in the service industries they are utilizing all these facilities, and they are enhancing their business like anything. Now we have seen in the Bangalore they have introduced in the India, in Bangalore, Bengaluru, they have one schools they have introduced robot to teach the students. So that is the upcoming generations, and we'll be doing that also. We are going to implement all these things because this would be the future where we will take the help of the technology and we use all our business functions so that our business will lead to a better position. So this is what all about the digitalizations in unexpected places where we never thought of in our past days. Now it is happening. Now, so far, my topic is the impact of digitalization process on the service sector of the industry. So, as the service sectors, mainly their students in the service sectors having a lot of functions. It is a very broad area, it includes trade, hotel, restaurant, transport facilities. It is also related to storage, communications, banking, insurance, real estate, business services like accounting services, then software development, public administrations, defense, then educations, medical, health, legal services, environment, entertainment services, personal care services. Now all these things are coming under the service sector. So we are finding out that through service center by delivering we have to make a product in such a way that which is having all the by taking the help of the IT, which makes other life convenient. As my fellow colleague they have already said, like in a bank also nowadays we are not going physically to the bank whenever we wants to do any account opening or we wants to withdraw some money or like check dropping and other things. Nowadays we are very used to do our or apply our net banking system. So that is what we take the help of the IT, and we are using that. Now further to that, now I'm talking about a company which is related to which is providing service, that is education sector. Now education sector, as you have seen, when after the lockdown, when it has been declared during the month of March, after that the stock market also, the Sensex also, we have seen the market has comes down, and then after recently in this month it has revived, and a lot of business get affected due to the lockdown. But edutech companies got demanded in that process because parents were concerned about their word education. So when they were thinking about their word, they want the parents were wanted their word should get a good learning and the atmosphere, so that the word should utilize their time in an appropriate manner. So during that time, edutech companies perform extremely well. So, Baizu Learning app, which was, as you have seen, which was founded in the year of almost 2011 by Baiju Ravindran, and the headquarter, as you have seen, it is at Bangalore. So from there, he has started this concept that he will provide the education, quality education with the help of the online mode. And the education should be something different in the sense you will put videos, you will put games and the exercise, so that it would be fun oriented. The education you wanted to make it a fun oriented, so that the kid or the world will be involved in that process and he will learn many things. So it makes that learn using the video, then practice platform they are giving, then master concept platforms they're giving to the children, then also they provide challenge, some quizzes and the examinations, sample question to the students to enhance their skills. Then it's complete nationally with the national challenges also they encourage in that. Then it's analyzed with real-time progress update. So those parents who are availing all these things, they get all these services, and that has been given by the EduTech company at this juncture. Where due to the COVID, again, COVID had boosted off all these things in a significant way. Now, the market opportunities they have found is the Byju's companies, as we have seen so far, it is providing educations. The marketing opportunities, like it is a high cost, low digital connectivity, offline tutoring classes, promising engineering or medical seats, and then mom and pop tuition classes. The edutech startups have an entire education ecosystems with this stuff. So whatever drawbacks were there with the physical mode of education, it has been tried to improve and try to give a better platform to the students so that learning can be enhanced. So there are various companies and competitors will be there with this company, no doubt, but they used to get better mileage by providing quality services. Now the competitive advantage, if we talk about the Byju's, then they provide simple session with improved animation of image, because when students look the image, when students look the video, then it easy for him to capture the data and to memorize the things. So that's why they are taking the advantage of all these things and making the product very lucrative to the parents, so that the world get benefit as well as the parents get satisfactions on their investment. So they made advertisement with children, and also no classroom appearance. Also they encourage in that. Now, as we have seen, the Byju company is not only limiting to the mobile phone or in the systems. Now, Byju company is reflected in everywhere. Now, the brand ambassador Sarukh Khan also is promoting the product in the worldwide and try to increase the subscriber. And in that case, the Indian team also, we have seen recently that they were having the Mumbai Indians has been sponsored by Byju's in a large way. So the company having a brand, a big brand in the Indian market. Now, also they are not sitting idle, even if they are earning a revenue, a very good revenue, but they are not sitting idle. They are having their future plan. In that case, they says that they are having a plan in which they wants to add more gamified content to its new product for the learners, so that they may they can feel the interesting in that product. So in that scenario, we have seen during this 20s, so far we are going through a COVID-19 crisis situations, but there are certain business who has performed extremely well. So that can be edutech company, that is health and wellness, then financial services and NBFCs, SaaS and remote working tools, e-commerce delivery-based services, OTT platform, or you can say the entertainment business, where you are using the Netflix, then pharma, life science, lab, pathology. Then now again we have managed office space. This is the performing business nowadays, because now organizations, in many organizations, people they are remotely working. They are not moving anywhere else, and remotely working, and sometimes the organizations also adopted the work from home culture. So there are organizations where the office space is idle. They used to take care of this idle space, and they provide some revenue to the organization. So that is what also some organizations got popularity in this particular COVID-19. Now, again, in the service sector, we think about big organizations, like we have IT sectors, they provide, we have hospitality sectors, but there are some unorganized business which need to be organized. And that is been done by, and this initiative has been taken by the Urban Club. Actually, UC is stand for Urban Company, and as Ansuman is the brand ambassador of this company, as you have seen many various ads used to come on the way. So in this company, UC company, the company's policy is that they used to try or they used to organize the unorganized business. For example, the barber, the maid service, and the other things, plumber, all these services they have accumulated together and they have given a package. They have made a package and it is being provided to the users. And this is all about when we talk about Urban Club is a platform to make urban life more fulfilling, to solve their needs. Okay, and that's why the name is Urban Club. So it enables the user to find any service professional like a plumber, like a wedding photographer, yoga teacher, interior designer, everything would be there. This company, they want to be the go-to platform helping customers complete the project that are important to their urban life. So which is being required, which is the daily need. So all these things by cater the need of the customers, the Urban Club has uh, made a package and they are trying to solve these issues. So everything from designing their home to capturing key moments, learning arts, filing taxes and getting healthier, etc. All these services is being offered by the Urban Club. So far the business model is concerned of the Urban Club, which was as founded in 2014 November. So in that case, it was something a company where the working of under Urban Club is based on two simple models. They have started business with a very two simple model, that is for standardized, that is blue collar services like electricians or home cleaning, where you just want the job done, you can directly book the service and you have to pay the amount through the app. So that is the app they have developed for that, and they are providing the blue colored service, which is known as standardized service. Another service is the white colored service. In the white colored service, they have in the white collar service they provide the facilities which are the larger part of the business like photographers, interior designer, or yoga instructions. So Urban Club makes the effort to understand exactly what the customers need and help them by hiring the right professionals in that particular job so that the customers get maximum satisfaction out of it. So that's why if you are going to browse the site of the Urban Club, you could see here we have health and wellness, here you have repair and maintenance, here you have wedding and events, every sort of business services they have, personal services they have, hobbies and interests also they are providing services. If you want to learn guitar or something musical instruments, that service also, the instructions also will the instructor will be provided by the Urban Care. So that is the service they are providing. Now, not just that, in order to have certainty about the professionals that they hire, as in the people they are hiring are legitimate. Okay, they have a system of background check and police verification also. The people those who are working under that company, that people are having proper background. So it is not like that means they are assuring that the customer will be getting a professional person. For the purpose of such work, they are smart enough to have hired a retired superintendent of police, okay, which again help in creation of a job opportunity. So these things they are doing, and why you are going to use this Urban Club is they try to meet the need of the customers. They provide the professional who can be trusted. They provide again the chat box facilities with the professional and the service guarantee. So all these things they are providing. Now the interesting part of this urban club. So the interesting part is that the marketing technique of this urban club. So what is the marketing techniques? Now with the digital forum, they have also mixed up with some innovations in that. So the most important factor of marketing techniques for companies like Urban Tech is word of mouth, right? And in that word of mouth, they try to use the social media and providing the informations to the users and target to the large customers. So as we have learned in the marketing, we used to, there is a STP concept, segmentation, targeting and positioning. So they also target accordingly. They target to the students uh, a large, because of, the students need a lot of facilities, because when they go outside, they stay in the outside, they need food facilities and other kind of facilities. So they target students in a large segment. So for most saying with a slogan that is missing home cooked food. So this is all they try to create the market, and they try to capture, understand the students' requirement, and accordingly they ensure that the service would be given. Now, when the company, it is very interesting in the marketing process of this urban club, that when initially the company was established, so they have started a new concept for the marketing. When this Delhi-based company began spreading its market area in Mumbai, they choose one girl to carry out this little technique. So they have, what they have done in the first day, they have sent a chocolate to her without any name or address to a girl. Then in the second day, they have sent a cake to her. In the third day, they have sent a bouquet to her. And in the fourth day, they have communicated through an email that this is the company and they are providing all these things to her. So this is how new marketing techniques they have adopted, in which for the fourth day, the girl was calling to all his relative, friends, near and dear, and colleagues to know that who is sending all these things. And then after, the professional from this company, they went and they have said that this company has these facilities and they are doing this for the marketing purpose. So within these 4 days of time, the girls have already given lot of all these informations. They have spread out this information to various his colleague and relatives and the friends. So so this is what a great achievement from the company side, and they see that this is a brilliant idea of the marketing, where we are going through word of mouth and we will do in this way. Now, then they come up with the advertisement of social special occasions like Mother's Day, different festivals day, and they encourage the customers to take their facilities. So this is the facilities. They also similarly, when they designed their product for Pune, they made advertisement in the way that it looks like moving to Pune in the simplest thing that can be done, but there is something left to do, and they come up with what you should do before doing that. Okay, so they are coming with this campaign and the process for the marketing purpose, where they have gone for this wedding planning planner services, interior designer services, chartered accountant services, guitar teacher, PAN card agent, photographer. All these services has been offered by the UC. Now, in this case, now the strategy in the urban cap is to provide lot of services related to yoga and the trainer and everything. So the market coverage, if you see about that, it's covered in the initial state: Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Delhi, and now it is being also floated to some other part of our country. And how exactly it works? It has an app, the Urban Club app, where there are almost 60 services is there. From the 60 services, the user has to browse and book the services, and then if they need some help, they can chit chat with that services, and they can get they can pay the services if they are satisfied with that. So there is a wide range of services is been given by the UC company, or you can say Urban Cap. where the budget fit to the choice, trusted professionals are there, healthy customers relationship they used to maintain, then interactions with the professionals they used to do. So many things they used to do in the process. So this is how. So this is how the process. So in the COVID-19, it's a really accelerated the digital formations. Now the technique, a lot of due to this technology, customers getting a lot of wide services and the facilities, and this is how the even though there is a from the technology they are getting the advantage, but there are some things which need to be done, like the security, network security aspect, web securities, that things need to be taken care. So thank you all. That's all from my side. Thank you, Sudhir.
Thank you, Gautam sir. I now request Mr. Joydeep Mukherjee to carry on.
My slides visible, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So thank you, VC sir. Thanks to all faculty members for paving the way for a fantastic discussion on digital transformation. Students, we have a very exciting topic on digital transformation, and I would like you to go through a very, very short presentation. I will not overshoot time. I will just keep it crisp and simple. I won't get into technological jargons because it would be very simple. And as VC sir had mentioned, that there's a lot of business process has to be there, a lot of understanding of the business has to be there for digital transformation. It's not all about IT. It is definitely not about consulting. It is about IT. Yes, it is including consulting and it is including business. So it's all business processes. It includes marketing, it includes finance, it includes customer service, a lot of things. So let's start. The objectives of this presentation is as follows. The three things I'm going to cover is the digital transformation that we are doing in various industries. I have chosen three functions: finance, marketing, and customer service, which are using digital tools in their organizations, various companies, how they are doing it. And some of the key tools which blue chip companies are using in their quest for business excellence. Okay. So as we move forward. So there is a various dimension of digital transformation. And as VC sir had mentioned, there are a lot of business processes have to change. He mentioned about technology, he mentioned about data, he mentioned about customers. So a lot of things VC sir has already mentioned, and I take on that and I build on his speech to explain that a digital transformation would encompass a lot of processes which would change. Now, what is a process? A process would be, in simple languages, something that you have to do day in, day out. It's like you're brushing your teeth, okay? You have to brush your teeth irrespective of whether you are at office or you're at home, or it's a Sunday or your holiday, or you're into the college, irrespective of wherever you are. It's a process to be followed without violation. But digital transformation means a lot of processes will get automized. A new way to change process, there would be business re-engineering and complete business transformation. How? That would be by using technology. As VC sir has mentioned, there are a lot of technology angles have come, whether from artificial intelligence, machine learning, now deep learning has evolved in a big way. So all these have changed lives. As Sudipto sir had shown a fantastic video that was on the laptop. It had the AR, VR, and 3D. Okay, augmented reality is AR, virtual reality is VR, and three-dimensional impact. So all that we had in the technology aspect. Similarly, that future culture. Can I request non-participants to
I
mute their
request
phone, please?
everyone to. Mr. Mukherjee, you can unmute yourself again. I muted everyone. Yeah. Mr. Mukherjee,
Okay.
you can unmute.
Yeah, I have done it.
Right.
So
Thank you.
coming to HR culture, the HR culture would be like this, that the entire organization's values, beliefs, culture, processes have to change, and everybody in the organization have to embrace digitization, digital transformation. So HR culture is a very, very important point from digital transformation. As a starting point, everybody has to believe in digitization. Data is everything, whether it's a finance or marketing, customer service, or maybe production or operations. Everybody, even HR, would deal on data. Now, such data has to be secured. For that, we have cybersecurity. Then the data has to be, they're not stored in the local servers because you have other issues of data redundancy and cyber attacks. So there would be cloud computing and cloud services like Azure, which is given by Microsoft. Then there would be customer centricity. Customer is the king. Now, if we are not serving our customers, then we would not exist. This should be the motto of every company. So students, whether you are from marketing or finance or HR or operations, customer is the king. Remember this. And whatever you do, you have to keep in mind the customer angle. Customer centricity is very critical. And there has to be speed to market. If you do not reach the market, your competitors would reach faster and they will overtake you. Okay, so therefore, the speed to the market is very important, and digital transformation helps in speeding up things, makes things automated, makes things deliverable much faster than the manual modes. So these are the basic dimension of a digital transformation. Do we really need digital transformation? Answer is yes. As I was explaining, customer influence. Customers can be influenced. Look at the example which VC sir mentioned and other faculty members mentioned about the cab aggregators like Uber. Okay, Uber, Ola, they have technology. They look at customers. They have a disruptive product. And it is all about how you access your customers and how you book your revenue without owning a single car. Uber doesn't have a single taxi in the whole world, yet it is the biggest taxi cab aggregator in the world. Now, one would ask a question, is Uber a technological company or is Uber a taxi cab aggregator company? That is, of course, a very interesting question coming from strategic management. One of our faculty members mentioned about strategy. And it's all about customer influencing. You have to think of your customer. Financial performance is very important because you have to deliver very good profits, very good revenue. Otherwise, your company will not be sustainable in the long run. So financial performance is critical for every company. Competition. If you are not changing fast, your competitors would definitely change faster than you and they will overtake you. So competition is something which should make people scared and on their toes. Employee influences. Your employees are your biggest assets. So students, all those who are going into the HR function, you have to treat your employees with empathy. You have to treat your employees with love, and you have to influence them in this world of digital transformation and help them into digitizing their core competencies and processes. And innovation. Any company which is not able to innovate will face the future like Kodak had. Kodak succumbed because the digital cameras came. Nokia succumbed because those digital phones came. Now, unless a company is able to innovate, Kodaks will be there and Nokias would be there. Many more companies would fail. So innovation company has to sustain, innovation has to be there. To innovate, you need digital transformation and help in data centricity, customer centricity. The advantages of digital transformation from the previous slides would also include spend cost. Now, that would also mean a better ROI, which Sudipto sir has said in one of his slides. Okay, it also improves better financial performance, return to the shareholders. Shareholders will be happy that, okay, I have invested in a company and that company is giving me good profits. So digital transformation also helps the company go from level 1 to level 2, increases employee productivity. An employee doing manual job, and now after automation, an employee able to deliver much more. It's much more exciting. That excitement is there because whenever employees are there and able to deliver in a digital world, the output is much more, productivity is much more, and customer is the king. Okay, who pays salary? Customers pay salary. I remember my days when I was working in the Tata Group. Below the payslip we had written, this salary was paid by your customers. Okay, the salary was not paid by Mr. Ratan Tata. It was not paid by the Tata management. No, 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 no. It is the customers who paid salary. So customer is the king. So better customer experience is what digital transformation means. Look at Amazon. Everybody knows how to buy a book. The people were buying books before Amazon came, but Amazon gave you a new experience. And new experience means a digital experience. You can buy books from your laptop. You can buy books from your mobile. You can buy clothes from your laptop, and so you can do from your mobile. Now, people used to buy clothes from brick and mortar stores. Now they use Amazon and Myntra and all that stuff. So better customer experience, timely delivery and return, and the quality at lower prices, because digital means lower prices. So all these are advantages. Now I'll cover three functions: finance, marketing, and customer service. And in this brief presentation, I'll just give you how it is all looking like. Now, in case of finance, it's all about robotic process automation. This is something one of my earlier faculty members have mentioned. Now, how do you do RPA? In our company, we have done RPA, robotics. How we have done it? Where we have done it as the questions. Now, automation is an important thing because improving internal controls on the balance sheet, the profit and loss account, the cash flow statements is important. If you are not having good internal controls, satyams will happen, and enrons will happen. So to avoid enrons and satyams, we have to have internal controls, and that has to be with automation so that there is no chance of fraud. Okay, people can physically do a fraud, but system will never do a fraud. That way, system is much more ethical. And reducing the cost of transaction processing. How do you do? There are softwares. Now we had ERP systems like SAP, we had Oracle, we had JD Edwards, BAN, okay, with small companies are using Tally. Now these all have helped automation of finance. So this is the reducing the cost of transaction. Having said so, the arrival of robotics process automation, this is what is very important. It has changed a very complex operational accounting transactional data into 100% accuracy. Okay. Now, what are the areas where RPA has been done? Robotics process automation has been done in accounts payable, that is paying to your vendors, accounts receivable, that is the money that you're going to get from your customers, and preparation of financial statements. For example, preparing the balance sheet, the P&L, the cash flow statements, and of course, consolidation of accounts. If you have a holding company, if you have subsidiary companies, how do you consolidate the balance sheet of all these companies and consolidate the balance sheet, the P&L, the cash flow? All this is possible by atomizing the robotic process automation. Even a bank reconciliation has got automated. Just last week, I did an automation in our company of a daily bank reconciliation. Instead of a month end, daily bank reconciliation, by the system will do the bank reconciliation. Human beings don't have to do it. They can do something more analytical or analysis like that. So what are the RPA tools various companies are using? We are talking RPA, but where? What tools to use? So students, you can learn these tools like Blue Prism, Help Systems, Kofax, NICE, Pega, Softmotive, UiPath. Now UiPath, the last item, is become very popular, and mid companies, large companies, even some small companies are using UiPath, this particular software, to do automation of payables, receivables, okay, the billing systems, something like this, processing, fixed assets. All these tools are available, and there can be training. So it's very exciting to have these tools, and instead of doing things manually, things can be automated, and these can be integrated with either SAP or Oracle. So that whatever these tools will do through integration, this will flow into SAP, this would flow into Oracle. This has to be a hand-holding and an integration to be done using file transfer protocol, and that would be having from one server to another. This is possible in case of a RPA automation. Now, as we are moving into digital transformation, our discussion gets into one function to another. And here we are entering into predictive analytics. Now, predictive analytics is another very, very exciting topic. We can have to predict how the customer will interact, how the customer will buy. For example, you have visited cameras. I am a great lover of cameras. I love Nikon cameras and Canon cameras. So every time I visit Amazon the app and I look at those cameras, Amazon keeps on reminding me, you have to look at these cameras, you have not purchased this, that, keeps reminding. Why? Because there's artificial intelligence software which keeps on predicting that Joydeep wants to buy this particular camera. Joydeep wants to buy that particular laptop. So this is a predictive analytics. Telecom customers use, telecom companies use predictive analytics to forecast how a market will react in case of a particular recharge, a 25 rupees recharge or a 50 rupees recharge, how to retain your customers or how to engage your customers engagement. So there has to be a whole lot of data mining, statistics, data modeling to understand how a predictive analytics is used by various companies. Telecom companies, for example, Jio would have data of all customers in the market, including its own customers, and try to understand who are trying to port out to Airtel and Voda. At the same time, who are the customers who would like to recharge and stay with Jio further. So this predictive analytics tools are very important. Corporates are using digital marketing, customer retention, all these things, and forecasting of revenue. What is the revenue in the month of December 2020? We don't know because December hasn't come. But computers would know, yes, because computers are using some tools like predictive analytics tools for forecasting revenue of December 2020, January 2021. Very exciting that I know what is the tentative revenue of next month, how much of billing. For example, IUJ can have predictive analytics and think who are the students who are likely to get admission in the year 2021 June, something like that. And what is the student background? How many students would come from which part of India? This all would come from predictive analytics. So this is what you have to look at, students. Predictive analytics is very, very exciting and one of the leading tools in the corporate world. Now, as we get into predictive analytics, what are the tools to use? Corporates are using tools like Everstring, Infor, Radius, Board, and then you have SAP HANA. SAP HANA is become very, very important, and so has SAS Advanced Analytics. Now, these are the tools which are very exciting. And this is where, if you can learn predictive analytics, you have a tremendous market. Job market is there waiting, because companies are looking for employees who are strong in predictive analytics. Now, if you are good in predictive analytics, there is a tremendous job market. Only thing, couple of things like this, If one or two things you like this, if you have learned SAP HANA or SAS Advanced Analytics, you have a tremendous job opportunity out there, and you don't know which company to join because so many offers would be there. So these are the exciting things available in the market. As I move forward, we get into Cognos. Now, IBM Cognos is a product of the IBM, is a reporting and analytical tool. Okay. Now you can prepare to various reports, exciting reports, and it can be exported to either XML format or a PDF format. Basically, these are BI tool, okay, business intelligence tool. Once you are in the job market, employees would ask a question: do you have any idea about BI tools? Many employees are asking questions. They expect, okay, students some knowledge of BI tools, business intelligence tools, and Cognos is one of them. So Cognos would help you to have an exciting view of how exactly a data is to be prepared. Automatically, a system will do it, and then you can export it either in XML format and give to your boss, or you can export it to PDF format and give it to your boss. So a lot of pie charts, graphs, this, that, colorful reports are possible from Cognos. Fantastic month-end analytics are possible. And again, using predictive analytics, Cognos can give outstanding results. Your boss would be happy, and rather you can stay in that company, or some other company, once it comes to know, can give you a bigger offer and better offer. So here is the opportunity for learning Cognos and moving ahead. Having said so, the next one comes is SaaS, software as a service. Now, this is a way of delivering applications of the internet. Okay, Netflix is a SaaS company that we all know. Okay, there are various SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. I won't get into so much of intricacies into technology, but in short, there are various SaaS applications which are possible and can entirely based on cloud service models, entirely based on analytics, and entirely customer-centric softwares where you can have some exciting ways of interacting customers and getting revenue for the company. So all those who are looking at marketing and sales as a future, SaaS would be a great way to look at. Here comes customer service. Okay. Now, our previous faculty members have mentioned about customer care, customer service, and how to keep customers engaged. If the customer is not happy, you are gone. Your company is gone. There is no doubt on that. So if the customers have to kept happy, customer is the king. Having said so, how do you keep customers engaged? Or if the customer is irate customer, very angry customer is upset and disgusted with your service, so kya karoge? What will you do? So you have to retain the customer. To retain the customer, there are customer retention tools. If the customer goes, it means you have lost revenue. No company is willing to lose revenue. So revenue is important for the company's survival, and customer retention is very critical. Now, various companies are using softwares like SmartLook, YotPro, Google Analytics, are very popular. Okay. Now, all these softwares are being used by various industries, various blue chip companies to retain customers. Okay. So you have to keep customers happy, give them offers, and to retain them, you can have to give them some reward points and keep them engaged, one offer after another, and give them loyalty programs. Now, with the loyalty programs, for example, in our company, if you buy one spectacle, you get one spectacle free or something like that. Okay, similar to what we are having in an Indian company called Lenskart. So something to keep the customers engaged. Otherwise, a company would be forced to use these type of customer retention tools. This is very important. And learning these tools, couple of these tools would give tremendous job opportunity in the market, because companies are looking for people who are able to speak to the customers, speak to an angry customer, of course, and pacify the customer and make him happy with a good offer, and then use this tool to ensure that the customer is retained. So this is how corporates are working. The next topic is the most exciting one, is marketing. Now, within marketing, I have sub presentations. So I will take them one by one.
Mr.
Can I
Mukherjee,
continue, Sudipto sir?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So within marketing, there are sub areas. So I'll cover this part also. So marketing depends heavily on digital transformation. So students who are looking forward to careers in marketing, here are some exciting news and good news for you to look into it. First one is SEO, search engine optimization. Now, how do you ensure that more customers are visiting your website? How do you ensure that you have an Instagram page and everybody is going there? How do you ensure you have a Facebook page and everybody is going there? In short, how do you ensure more data, more traffic, lot of visitors in your website, lot of visitors in your Instagram, lot of visitors in your Facebook? How do you ensure? So there's something called search engine optimization. And there are tools, the ones which are mentioned below, SEMrush, Moz, Keyword. These are the tools that you use. But then SEO works in a clockwise manner. From the left, content creation tools. You have to create some content, some exciting advertisements. Then you have to do some keyword research with a hashtag. Like in Instagram, you have a hashtag. Your LinkedIn, you have a hashtag. In Facebook, of course, many people are using hashtag. So using those popular hashtags, then implement them. Then you have a page analytics. Whether your hashtags have got enough customer or you need more customers with a different hashtags. Which hashtag to use? How do you know whether there is a positive impact on the data traffic? How do you know? So SEO tools will help you to understand this type of interesting marketing analytics. And then they do a ranking. There are top 5 boutique companies. Are you among the top 5 company? If yes, good. If no, very bad. Your SEO needs to be changed, or you need to change your hashtag or something interesting. So all students who are looking into a career in marketing, there's something very, very exciting of having search engine optimization and how you can increase your ranking. Suppose you are checking a particular designation. Suppose you look at trainers, corporate trainers in LinkedIn. Now, are you among the top 5 corporate trainers? Yes, no? So if yes, then your SEO optimization is doing good. If no, then you have to change your hashtag, maybe change the implementation tools, or change and see whether you are getting adequate results. So this is how marketing is being done. Present day, all companies, whether IT, non-IT, manufacturing, service, everybody is doing search engine optimization to deliver. And Google Masters, Google AdWords, Google Analytics, even are popular Grammarly. You must be seeing Grammarly ads all over the internet. They are also doing some SEO tools type of activities. Okay, so this is a very exciting area. Now, into the next slide. Digital marketing, one of the previous faculty members have already mentioned. Now, digital marketing, again, with the SEO tools, if you are opened a company, the e-commerce company, or you want to do business from your home, how do? You open a website, open an Instagram page, open a Facebook page. How do you drive traffic? So if you are using tools like Ahrefs, if you are using tools like Moz, if you are using tools like Vurank or Majestic, there you are able to drive more traffic to Instagram, more people liking. You know how many people have liked your YouTube? How many people have liked your Instagram? How many people have liked your Facebook? More people will like if you are using tools like this. This is the shortcut. Very exciting. A lot of good careers there in digital marketing. VC sir had already mentioned about digital marketing during his speech. And this is a fantastic world. Tremendous opportunities, job opportunities are fantastic, but there you are. How to use these tools to get into this exciting world of getting more revenue more share of the revenue, beating the competition, getting more profit for your company. There you are in digital marketing. So after you have done a lot of digital marketing analytics, how do you analyze your customer base? These customers would stay with you short term, 6 months, a longer term, maybe 2 years, very long term, 5 years. How do you do? So what is the analysis? If you are, suppose you are a telecom customer, will you recharge 100 rupees per month? Will you recharge 500 rupees per month? Or are you a heavy, data guzzler who will be using GBs and therefore 1,000 rupees would be good on a monthly basis? I don't know. Social media analytics would tell you that how to keep the customers engaged. These are the ones, example, the last 6 and 7, Slack and Trello are very, very famous. There are advertising agencies who are using Slack, Trello. There are various companies who are using Ahrefs and Proof to engage customers, get revenue, and get more profit. So a company can survive only when you have more customers and more revenue. Social media marketing is a huge challenge for all companies. Okay, the tire company, which one of the faculty members shown, the Apollo Tires, for example, does a fantastic social media marketing. And Apollo Tires and MRF, the social media marketing is famous. Now, these tools are used by them. Okay, how do you sell tires? If it is a B2B business or a B2C, this is how it is to be done. So this is where the tools are. If you learn, tremendous job opportunities are there in the market. Having said so, dear students, I want to thank you for your precious time. And I'm sure if you can learn some of these, you have a very exciting career ahead. There is a tremendous job opportunities in the market. Industries there waiting for the right candidates. If you are the right one, you'll be flooded with job offers. There will be plenty of job offers, and my best wishes shall always be there with you. Just remember, you have to keep the IUJ flag flying high, very high. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mukherjee. Now I request Mr. Shubhendu Vijay Upadhyay to please proceed with his presentation.
Sudipto sir, 1 minute. I want to click photo of Mr. Jagdeep Mukherjee.
We will be clicking, ma'am. We will be clicking, ma'am.
So you're clicking now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. You gave me.
Mr. Upadhyay, you may continue kindly.
Yeah. Honorable VC sir and respected faculty members, thanks for giving us this opportunity. I will be keeping it very short. Just a second. I'll just share my. If everyone can see.
Yes, fine.
Thank you. So the transformation of business with respect to financial services. So for all the young chaps out there, how the financial services, the segment, the technologies is changing, and what all the major impacts are coming on the job, and how and what exactly do you need to understand from a job perspective that you need to learn before you enter in the market, because the digital transformation is happening at quite a rapid pace. And as Honorable VC sir has mentioned, you need to keep up with that pace day in, day out. You see, in 2010, the Aadhaar was launched in India. And in just 10 years, we have a tech, we have a separate stacks on which a lot of financial technologies and companies are built on that platform. So, you can just understand in just 10 years, what all changes have come because of the launch of one single Aadhaar identity document. So without further, I'll just dwell into my topic. So you see, the technology is coming to the bank, and the banks have, rather than, some banks have postponed for quite a period of time, understanding that they can still go with the traditional banking. And you see the banks who have postponed their technological new implementation have really can see the impact on their balance sheet. And the banks who have incorporated the technological implementation on their server, on the way they acquire the customers, the way they serve the customers, from their how things have to where they were, now. You see SBI, one of the largest banks in India. It's a public sector bank. The way that they have acquired, now that they acquire with the YONO app, or the way they do a credit analysis for the customers, have changed tremendously. And that the banks across the globe, rather than waiting for someone to tell them, that the technology will eat away their business, they have realized this fact, and then they are, fastly changing their mainframes and the way they acquire and service the customers. You see, any company, who is into video rental services, if they go bankrupt, you will not mind, because ultimately they are just a video rental services. But what about a bank? A bank, it's a trust. It's a trust also, deposit their money. So it becomes very critical that the bank should remain a vital part of the system, and they should, implement the technology which can ultimately help the customer. Right from 1949 to as we are speaking 2020, there is change of definition of banking. You see, in 1949, as per the Act, it says that banking is for the purpose of accepting the money, for the purpose of lending in the investment. As you can see on the slide, I have just copied that particular paragraph for the particular section 5 of Banking Resolution Act. Now, how all these major banking companies are defining themselves is we are a technological company providing financial services for the betterment of the society. And you see, this definition of this change in their definition is the reason that you can understand the importance of how the technology has impacted the banks and the financial institutions. Financial institution has realized that it is very critical that we implement the technology at a much faster pace in order to survive. So that is, that is a major change which has come from early days to what right now the financial services see themselves. And there is a famous saying in the financial segment that every technological company ultimately wants to become a finance company. You see, Google have launched Google Pay, Facebook has launched their own cryptocurrency Libra. Amazon have launched Amazon Pay, and Apple have launched Apple Cards. Ultimately, their whole vision is that they want to, because there is a ceiling which they have reached in their own segment, and then they have realized that ultimately, if we want to keep on increasing the margin, this is a new segment that they can serve. In fact, to give you an idea, in early 2000, Walmart has applied for a bank license in the United States of America. They have not been given that license because Congress have realized that it does not make sense a grocery company to lend the money and to accept the money from the people. And you see, there could be the next bank in India, could be your major new grocery store, it could be Reliance Jio, it could be DMart, it could be the next big bank. Because the banking is not only about just taking the money and then lending the people. The technological impact has been severe in finance, and that is where you young chaps have to realize that if you want to pursue a career in banking, it's not only the traditional banks. Is that something that you can think of? There are the companies who are coming into financial space, and those are the companies that also you can look for your job opportunities. Anyone know this guy? So this is a famous creature. He's a famous character from the movie Lord of the Rings, if anybody knows him. So the reason I want to specifically mention this guy is there's a famous presentation which has gone around, and people have said that DS, Development Bank of Singapore, one of the largest banks in Singapore, they want to become like a Gandalf. And there is a definition of the Gandalf, as you can see from the logo, is that they want to be open like Google. They want to have a cloud service like Amazon. They want to be Netflix. They want to have that scale what Netflix has. and that the D is where they want to get into. That they want to, the D should be the DBS. Like an Apple, they want to serve the right product to the right customer. L is something is the LinkedIn. They want to, want to create a community. And Facebook is that they want to have the large number of data. And this is what, the DBS. So there is the students who are really interested into case studies reading and who want to further dwell into this. DBS have been awarded in 2019 as the most transformational business change due to technology by Harvard Business Review. It's a very famous case study. In early 1990s, the DBS used to be a government bank in Singapore, having a very bad image of a very bad service, not properly. The net promoter score of the customer satisfaction used to be very low. And then in 2005, that they realized that if this is how it's gonna be, they might go out of the business. They started investing heavily in their technology, the way they interact the customer, the way they acquire the customer, and they, in their genesis, they realized that they want to ultimately become like Jandal. They want to become like these companies. They don't want to become like the Standard Chartered or Citibank or an HSBC. They don't want to become the next big bank in their market. Realize that we want to become like a bank. So the branch expansion, the faith that people can keep the money with you. So what has happened is that both the segment and both the industries have started working together. If you can see, the tech companies have started working with the bank, and the banks have started working with the tech companies. This is what has happened. So just to give you this idea, this is a very famous company. Taobao, that's how you pronounce it. So it's a Chinese company. You must have heard about them. And Financial. Recently, an IPO was supposed to be coming for this company. They are the world's largest money market fund. So you might be surprised that the largest money market fund will be coming from, JP Morgan or probably Goldman Sachs. But that's not the largest money market fund. Of course, recently the JP Morgan has overpowered them, but with few numbers, till 2019, Taobao was the largest money market fund. And what was the reason behind it? What was the idea behind it? If you look at the way Ant Financial have worked, the way Ant Financial has provided the convenience to save the money, they have become the world's largest money market fund. And people across the globe, whether in finance or whether into technology, they have started playing by the rule book of Ant Financial. Now you see, in last couple of years, the rise of UPI payment apps, whether it's PhonePe, whether it's Google Pay, and now recently even the WhatsApp of giving the license. This is how they want to, play by the books of Ant Financial. They want to first leverage the existing user base. So, you all might be using Google Pay or the PhonePe apps. So they want to first leverage the existing base. They want to sell you a utility payment. They want to sell you an insurance, or want to sell you a mobile recharge. So they want to existing user base. They want to do that. Then they want to lock in the user with providing you money market services. They want you to say save for your future. So they want you to ask you, if you save, we can probably give a good return. And why are these guys are able to provide a better return compared to this bank? They don't have any physical existence. They don't have, you might not have seen any branch of PhonePe or the Google Pay. They are a neo-bank. They are an open bank. They are the payment platform as in today. So the next idea, the next step they want to move into to login users, providing some money management, short-term micro loans. You must have seen the recent rise in India of payday loans. They say that you can take the loans of up to your salary. So these are how the strategies you lock in the customers, and then they want to build around on a marketplace model, a platform where other service provider, goods provider can come in and can sell their product. Imagine on Google Pay or the PhonePe. Airline industries or airline companies can come in and they can sell their airline tickets. The health insurance company can come in and then they sell their health insurance. So it becomes a marketplace, a common, and which is happening already, started happening right now. You go to Paytm, you can buy gold, you can buy insurance, you can book your ticket. So the idea is that the banks what is happening? The banks have now moved at the back end, and these platforms have moved to the front end. So both the companies, whether it's a tech company or whether it's a fintech or whether it's a bank, they all are working in a synergy. And this has all been possible because of the rapid technological development which has happened in recent times. It's very imperative for the youngsters like you to understand that when you are looking your career in finance or in the banking space, don't only focus on a particular traditional bank. There are new technological companies which are providing those facilities what banks used to provide. Look out for them, understand what could be the future. So there could be a company as small as like a Cred. It's a platform which is right now they're building, that where the high credit score people are coming in and they're paying all their utility bills or the public credit card bills. It's a platform that they're building, and they all are building their base, their playbook, just like what Ant Financial has done. So it's a platform, and in the future you can see probably they might be offering you some offers on dining. They might be offering you gaming. They have already started. Paytm have already started. The gaming, the coupons or the gaming skins. So they online shopping. So it's like creating a mega app, and in that you will have all the facilities. So this is happening, and this is the future of banking. This is the future of you see. There is a famous data which was published by The Economist recently. It says that 15% of United Kingdom youngsters are using neobanks or the open banks, or you can say a fintech bank, to manage their financial services. They are not using traditional banking, way to manage their finances or to save the money. So this is because India is a young country. India is a country where the population of youngsters is high. You can see that traditional banks will be moving as a back end, and fintech will be taking their place. The neo banks or the open banks taking up their space. So that's on that. Why, if somebody asks, is why the rise of the neobank sudden or the open banking system has happened? This has happened predominantly, if you see, because of the API. One of the presenters during this session have mentioned about chatbot. So chatbot and APIs, which you call also called as application programming interface, these are the predominant reasons why there has been a sudden rise of fintechs, or you can say the neobanks. So what is happening is, rather than banks going out there and acquiring new customers, because of they are opening up their database to these new companies, and they are the ones who are acquiring the customer, and banks are just providing a backend support to them. There are companies out there. I will, if you can just see. So this is predominantly, you can see this is an ecosystem what right now in India right now is existing. There are big techs you can see the PhonePe, Google Pay, and everybody which are providing just the payment apps right now. They are just a payment app, and then you can see there are companies on the retail. If you can see, there's a retail neo bank. If you see the Neo is there, and then there are Walrus which are the Happify which is there. So these apps, what they're providing is that they are giving you the saving, mutual fund investment, the trading facilities, all that with a much better interface. So why is it happening? Because of an API. The banks like an ICICI or the large bank like an HDFC, they have opened their database to these companies, and they have linked their apps with their database, and they are able to provide with a much better interface of services. These the new banks are coming, and of course they are able to provide also a much better interest rate on the saving account, because they don't have any digital existence. These are the companies which don't have any branch network. Of course, they will be able to provide a much better return comparatively to any traditional banking system. So whenever you are applying, whenever you want to get into financial industry, think not only about the traditional banks. Think about these neo banks, the data providers, and every bank activity has been craved out by different segment of the company. For example, KYC. Previously, the idea used to be that you have to visit the client, and you have to do the verification of their KYC. Times have changed. Now the RBI has come up with a circular where you are allowed to do online verification of the documents. With that particular change, there are a lot of companies, as you can see on the side of this, IND is there, Singzi is there, Credit Watch is there. All these companies, they provide KYC on the go. So when you are going out in the market, make sure you don't only apply to the existing bankers. Watch out for them, understand their technologies, how they are closely working with the bank. There are companies like Razorpay. These are the new rising, upcoming unicorns in countries. It's a payment gateway. They started with a payment gateway. It's not that the banks were not providing the payment gateway. It's just that their interface was much better. They were much reliable comparatively to the bank. See, banking is when a banking company is there, they have a large number of activities that they have to do. So what these companies have done is they have particularly started working on a particular segment of the activity that the bank particularly performs. And that is the reason, as a youngster, do focus on this. And I think it's very critical as a youngster to understand, learn the new technology, whether it's an API, how to develop. It's very imperative, because as the times are changing, if you change with the times, as Mr. Joydeep has mentioned, there is huge opportunity out there. The companies are looking for the right candidate. So don't just learn about how the traditional banking used to work. Rather, understand how the neo banking, the open banking system is evolving and how they perform. With that, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Upadhyay. Now I request Mr. Dwari to kindly continue.
Thank you, sir. So, respected VC sir, respected professors, teachers, and my dear fellow students. Today, the topic which was given to me was digital transformation and its impact on business and jobs. So, as you know, this is a very important point. And today, the kind of sessions you had, such important sessions, and each speaker, fellow professors and fellow colleagues, have spoke about the kind of a digitization in manufacturing, the digitization in every walks of life using IoT and various other devices. And then Mr. Mukherjee spoke about the various tools and techniques, right? Like whether in SAP, HANA, to Google Analytics, to whatnot. So today I am going to talk something different, very simple. Today I'm going to talk very basic things that you would need to keep in mind at the time of reality checks. But before I get into the reality checks aspect, let me just quickly introduce myself. My name is Pradeep Dwari, and I am a CIO for BFST Consulting. And previously, I was Senior Vice President with JP Morgan Chase and various other organizations. So now coming back to the reality checks. So as I mentioned, what you would need for a reality checks. What is reality checks? The reality checks, by reality checks, I mean when you will be hitting the floor of the organization, when you will be joining the organization, what would be expected from you, right? There will be an exhaustive work for 10 hours, which you have to finish in 8 hours, and it will be a mundane job, right? So in that, how you will excel? By keeping a bigger picture in mind. So these all things, going to come once you will hit the floor, once you will pass out and join an organization. And that's what IUJ is helping you to gear up. So the first, I would spend some time on understanding on digital transformation, because you had almost like starting from VC sir till Mr. Suvendu Upadhyay, that about digital transformation, various aspects of digital transformation, from manufacturing to marketing to banking and overall. So what is digital transformation? And And what is technology transformation? Are they same? Are they synonymous? Or are they different? If you are thinking towards your answer as yes, because we have been talking of technology all through, then you got to look deeper into it. It's the question of perspective. This is what BC sir mentioned in his debrief in the morning, that there's a perspective change when you talk of digital transformation and when you talk of technology transformation. Let me start my slide. Sorry, sir. I thought, anyway, mine is a generic slide. So is it visible now?
Yeah, done. Yeah.
Okay. So yes, I was talking about the first slide. Yes. So what are these? Question does come to your mind, students? I'm sure yes. So are they are different from the perspective, what Honorable VC sir mentioned, that it's perspective. So digital transformation, when we talk about, and technology transformation. Technology transformation is basically employing technology, new technology, latest technology into an organization with an optimal cost to it, right? So perspective is employing, implementing, project managing new technologies, new servers, new tools, new technologies, right, and techniques. Whereas when we talk of digital transformation, it is from the perspective of business. Business wants to simplify and wants to improve upon its customer reach, about its process simplification, about its being efficient and effective monitoring tools, or an overall efficient organization. They use technology, and they use also simplification of processes. So technology is just a facilitator here for a digital transformation. It is not the digital transformation, right? So this difference is very, very important, students. This will give you a clarity of thought when you will join the organization. There are a few more demystifying digital transformation. There are a few more myths or a kind of a confusion around, right? Digital transformation is about talent, not technology. This is all again important. Let's not, after all these sessions and what all we go through in media, suppose a person is doing a MBA in marketing or finance or HR, or that, oh, what am I going to do? It's all about technology. Now, do I need to go and learn the programming, developing? One of fellow speakers spoke about API banking. So do I need to learn the web development to develop the APIs so that I can get into bank? No, that's not going to be the case, right? It's going to be very simple, but there are a few basic pillars which I'm going to touch upon in my subsequent slide. So digital transformation is more about people than technology. So this is very important for each of the students to know, that it is about people. It is about process. It is about implementing and having a soft skills. And the very important myth, now after the myths are clear, now I would talk about some digital skills. So digital skills, what are digital skills then? If we have to get into a digitization world, we got to have a digital skills. And I think VC sir and Dr. Sudipto also mention about these things that, today's kid born in a digital with the digital devices, they are even if they are toddlers, they can use the mobile phones, right? So point is, what are digital skills? Digital skills are defined as a range of abilities to use digital devices, communication, applications, and network to access and manage information. What does it mean? It is simply you should be able to use analytical device. You should be able to use analytical tools. You should be able to understand the graphs coming out of analytical tools. You should be able to present using your work, your proposals to your management using a digital devices like Tableau, like SAS. There are so many tools available for making it so pictorial. Yeah. So this is digital skills. You should be savvy to digital devices. You should be able to understand how IoT works. What is Internet of Things? Mr. Mukherjee has done a fabulous session on this. He tried to explain a lot of tools which uses IoT and how it's going to being used in the industry, in the financial industry. Yeah. So then coming back to the next point is skills in digitized world. Digital transformation is more about people than technology, as we have already spoke about. The key technological skills are soft skills. So again, and rather than hard skills. So what do we understand by soft skills and hard skills? I understand that, these are the common terms which we use in management, right? So hard skills are basically a dedicated, like as I mentioned, do you need to learn the web development to be part of a API banking company, a banking organization? No. Hard skills means you have to learn those programming languages, or you have to learn to be a great user of, or great developer of those particular skills. Those are hard skills. You don't need to. Technology should be used for you guys as a soft skills, unless until you have other academic attachments, like if you are an engineer with a computer science and then doing MBA, at that time there will be a different combination. But in general, for most of us, it is technology should be a soft skills. People who are going to succeed are those people who are going to be adaptable, curious, and flexible. These are very important words, students, because, and this is the soft skills I'm talking about, because today we have cognitive technology, we have compound cloud computing, we have the big data, we have whatnot, right? And tomorrow, and 10 years back, these were not there. Now they are there. And in 10 years hence, there will be new thing which will be coming. AI may be a normal bread and butter for most of the organization. Today, it's like catching the star. So point is hard skills. So why? Because future of hard skills, future, there is an uncertainty towards the hard skill future, right? How it's going to be, what new skills will come. So best will be those people with the adaptability quotient, which are high on curiosity quotient, which are flexible quotient is very high, right? So these are the things, because what if you have these three quotient with you on a higher scale, then whatever hard skill comes, you will be able to accommodate and adjust. Even today, organization do not know what will come 5 years hence, right? So these are the things which you have to work on. You have to be adaptable. Whenever you see some new application, you should understand in and out of it, not from the coding perspective, but how it functions, what are the shortcomings, what can we do, what cannot we do, whenever there were a lot of videos, interesting videos, which were shown with my fellow speakers, the 3D laptops, right? So what more is coming, how it is working, does this 3D images, how we are going to see, what is how the laptop screen are going to change, right? Is there a new technology is going to come? So we have to have those kind of curiosity questions in us if we want to succeed in this fast changing digitization world. Let me just take a quick example, because how the technology is catching up. Let me give some examples. Look, television took 25 years to catch 100 million users. ATM used around 15 years to have 100 million users. Cell phone took around 8 years to have 100 million users. Facebook took 2 years to have 100 million users. WhatsApp took 1 year to have 100 million users. So what does it mean? People are quick on technology. They are quickly adapting new technology, right? So the reach, so this is where the trend. And now you talk about Instagram, you talk about such similar technology. They are getting in 2 months, 3 months, 100 million users. So this is how the whole pace is moving around. So if you are having a high adaptability quotient, if you have high curiosity quotient, means whatever new comes, you try to get into it, try to understand it, and you need to be a very, very flexible. It's not that I'm doing marketing, and I have learned the brick and mortar, so I'll go in that way. No, it's all multidisciplinary, right? Let's move on. So what are the job skills we are talking about? You should be able to appreciate technology. That is the most important thing. You may not be a technologist yourself, but you got to appreciate technology. You got to talk technology. This is very important word. You should be able to talk technology, right? Means you should be able to talk about how the things are moving, how what are this technology does, what is cognitive computing, what is cloud computing. You should understand. You don't need to be a cloud computing architect. You got to understand this. You should be able to tell this. You should be able to relate it with the job you are doing, because these technologies are everywhere, right? You have to anticipate the change. This is very, very important. Then there are some more human interaction in designer. If somebody has taken marketing and communication, and he must be thinking, what am I going to do with communication? It's all automated. No, there are most of the devices, when we are talking about AI, when we are talking about IoT devices, right? When we are talking about chatbots, right? These all devices interact with the users, right? They interact with the humans. So how it's going to interact? These all are machine at the end of the day. So we have to feed in the interaction qualities or interaction nitty-gritties into the system. Who will monitor that my chatbot is working fine? It's not the technology connections and stuff like that. Means if I'm asking a chatbot, I have one problem. Does he understand what I'm saying? Or what is the next question which chatbot will throw to me? So this interaction design, right, will need to be done by a communication guy, a marketing guy, or experienced guy in a domain, right, which you are studying. Whether it's a HR related device, then we need a HR specialist to tell what all questions will come, logically sequencing of questions, right? So human interaction designer kind of a job will come, is coming up and will come. So you got to, again, same three principle of appreciate technology, talk technology, and anticipate change. Then comes data fluency, and this is very, very important for each and every student, yeah, and in fact for us as well, the data fluency. Now we go for everybody does net banking, right? Most of us, right? Or mobile wallet, right? So when we open the screen and we input some data and we want to transfer some 100 rupees to the other person, right? How the data comes, how my data comes, the company bank must have recorded my name somewhere, my account number somewhere in his system, and the balance, right? And when we click from our laptop, the data comes into that particular portal, in that design, in that form, right? So these are the data flows. I'm just giving you example that data fluency, in the sense that how data flow from one system to other. Now IoT device, suppose a camera in the traffic signal, right? These days, a lot of in the cities, in Ranchi also, I've heard that they are using a lot of cameras to catch the speed and to catch the people not following the traffic rules, like not wearing helmets and stuff like that, triple riding and all those things. So they capture the photo from the traffic light, right? And then that photo needs to be interpreted, goes into a server. Their interpretation happens, like which is he wearing helmet? Yes. At what speed it is going? So there has to be an iteration that will happen in IoT device, is connected to a server which has a processing logic into it, over on it, okay, on the top of it. So this is how data flows. So what I'm trying to tell is, we don't need to be architect there, we don't need to be a technical guy, but we need to understand how data flows and what the output comes, right? So data flow in whichever field, whichever organization you go, you will find there will be a lot of tools and techniques, what Mr. Mukherjee mentioned, right? Tools will be used. How the data comes to that tool, and when that tool processes the data, where the data goes. So we have to have those linkages, right? And then thinking out of the box, which you anyway knows that you got to think out of the box. You have to, so you have to understand, you have to think. There are hundreds of people learning a lot of skills and jumping onto the job. The difference between one vertical domain and the other vertical domain in the job, or between the departments, are blurring up, right? So you have to think out of the box to be relevant in the job, right? And then people skill, that is most important, and you have studied about it, I'm sure about it. Okay, so with this I want to end my session, but I still have some time. So if some question answers are there, I'm more than happy to answer that. Dr. Sudipto.
Thank you, Mr. Dwari. Thank you. We may think that we can continue with the presentation, and at the end we can take the questions, Mr. Dwari, or will it be fine for you?
Yes. Yeah, it is perfectly fine.
Dr. Mirzani sir, I request Dr. Jha sir to please continue with the last presentation of the day.
Yes. Respected VC sir, Registrar sir, Rumna ma'am, Barik sir, my faculties, research scholars, my dear students. The challenge for the last speaker is manifold. First, you have to maintain what you are going to say. Almost certain things are covered by other people. Till your time comes, you may not hold on the number of participants which are there. But I am seeing that we started with 44 and now 40 or 39, 40. So we have managed to, one more participant, Mr. Kanishk, has joined. So we have managed to maintain that thing. Another thing is that as a time limit in the agenda was 15 minutes. So I will try to finish it within this and not act as an intermediary between you and lunch. So let's start this session. Basically, we are the title is case study on recent developments with respect to digital transformation. So what are the digital transformations? I have tried to cover several businesses or sectors, which includes fruits and vegetables, grocery, automobile, banking, and consumer finance. So basically, these are not actual broad cases, but they are the snippets I have taken from the snippets, what digital transformation these companies have done. Now, typically, if I ask anyone how you purchase, from where you purchase vegetables or fruits in Ranchi, the answer I would get is from Nagababa Khatal, from Kacheri, from Dhurwa, from Hatia, Kokar. But things have changed, my dear students. There is one app called GrowStop, right? So it's a Kolkata-based company. You can download its app from Google Play. I have already ordered several fresh fruits from it. So with the rise of this during this pandemic and the fear of going to places, crowded places, and which vegetable markets are, we can see here nearby Daladali also on Wednesday and Saturday there is a huge crowd. So to avoid that, this is GrowStop has come up with a dedicated app. You can place order on that, and within 24 hours you get fresh vegetables, fruits, eggs, chickens, and then they have a slot. Their slot is from 7:30 to 12 p.m. Morning, and then from evening it starts from 4:30 to 9:30. So who has thought of? We used to hear from my relatives and other people in US or in Delhi that these kind of things are happening. But now in Ranchi also, with this GrowStop app, you can get things delivered at your home free of cost. So this is one transformation, digital transformation in the area of fruits and vegetables. Second case is about JioMart. That's a Desh Ki Nayi Dukaan, which has turned up into a online or retail grocery stop, which works on O2O model, that is online to online or online to offline model. Mukesh Ambani is started this as a soft launch in December 2019 in nearby areas of Mumbai, Kalyan, Navi Mumbai, and Thane. And then with the onslaught of this pandemic, the downloads increase like anything. And in Ranchi also, JioMart is providing its services. So they have tied up with Kirana retail stores, and then how they are providing their services to us. They are also integrated. They have also integrated WhatsApp. So they are trying to leverage the large user base in India. So there are two business models of O2O of JioMart. First one is like you place order on your JioMart application, which you need to download from Google Play Store. And then once you place order, then from the Reliance Store or Reliance Smart, whichever is nearer or in panel, the delivery guy will come and deliver the goods to the customer. Here the delivery guy is owned by Jio. They get commissions, and so this is one business model where you get goods directly from Reliance Fresh or Reliance Smart. Second business model is where customer places order on a JioMart application. Now this is transferred to a Kirana store. Your order is transferred by Jio to a Kirana store, which already they have impaneled, right? And once your order goes to through Jio to Kirana store, you will get a customer notification through WhatsApp or through SMS, and they will tell you that your order is ready. You go and you pick. So this is online to offline. So you have placed order online, but you are going to pick yourself. Here Jio gets the commission. He acts as a commission agent between the grocery store and the customer. So these two business models are very much big hit, and this is another way which Jio has used to fight against the onslaught of Amazon in India. So these were the two cases. Third one is in the automobile sector. Hyundai's click to buy model. Anytime when we discuss about buying, purchasing automobile, then there is a phenomenon called ROPO, R-O-P-O, research online, purchase offline. Now this has become ROPO, research online, purchase online as well. Thanks to Hyundai click buy model, click to buy model. You can click, you can entire thing during this pandemic, entire right from they provide seamless customer experience. So they have mapped around 600 showrooms or dealers of Hyundai where they have integrated it, and based on you go to the website or the app and you find out where the nearest Hyundai store is there, and right from checking the availability of your model, variant, color, then there is a thanks to AI, virtual reality, machine learning, artificial intelligence, You get a 360-degree model or videos of all those specifications, cars, sitting at home on a laptop or on a tab. And then all the things are done online. You purchase online. If you want this online financing also, that is also, you get loans online. And then you get the product, you get the cars or SUV delivered at your home. So this Hyundai is the first company in India which has gone completely online, and they have sold through this click to buy model. Hyundai is saying that on this digital platform, almost 1.5 million visitors have visited, and there are 20,000 queries in the last 4 months, that is from July to October. And almost 40% of the buyers, because of this social distancing norms, they have preferred to, in a research, they have preferred to buy online. So this is another innovation, digital innovation in the field of automobile, which Hyundai has done. Fourth one is in the field of banking. In the field of banking, how IndusInd Bank has launched its face-to-face banking. Without going to the bank has come to you on your mobile phone. So right from video banking to WhatsApp to Alexa banking, all these things are provided by IndusInd Bank. Now, with the help of video banking, the branch managers talk face-to-face with the customers. The customers do not need to visit the branch physically. This is extremely helpful for senior citizens and NRIs, maybe those who are not well versed with mobile banking. So they can talk to their branch managers and do banking online through video calling. And on this platform, video banking, they have got 35,000 active customers. They have also Alexa banking. Through Alexa, a customer can have basic queries like transfer of funds, what are the reward points which they have got. Then through WhatsApp banking also, a customer, although fund transferring is not allowed through WhatsApp banking by IndusInd Bank, but they also provide basic banking details, right? So this is about IndusInd Bank, from video to Alexa banking. This was into banking sector. The last one is into financial sector, that is consumer finance, and the company name is Home Credit. How they have used digital analytical tools to transform technology. They have used technology for disbursal of loans, faster loans. So using this digital analytical tools, Home Credit gets the different kinds of understanding of different segments based on their psychography, behavioral information, demographic information, and they get the deep insight into the consumer behavior, right? So how they do, they have entirely done this online. eKYC is there, which is a paperless verification strategy. They link Aadhaar card and know your KYC norms. They fulfill through eKYC. Then there is digital signature also, which is, they say, more secure than, and then they are linked to their fingerprint. So their digital signature is also used. And finally, e-verification. So once your loan is approved, you get a e-verification where your biometrics are matched with the Aadhaar number. So your eye, this retina and thumb impression, all are captured through this. So these were the 5 cases, snippets from 5 sectors and how they have digitally transformed themselves. So if you have any question from this, we can discuss, or else, as promised, I will finish within 15 minutes. So I've ended my presentation. Now we can have lunch. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mridani sir. Thank you so much for enlightening us with so much of case studies. So we came to the end of today's workshop. So sir, VC sir, if you want to make any comment, and we have a feedback link which will be shared, sir. I know we have overshoot the time. Sir, if you can kindly unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah. So in fact, it was an excellent session by all the speakers. I don't want to take any more of the time. Already we have overshot by more than 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes. I think that's a good enough appetizer. So all the speakers spoke extremely well. Maybe I think, we will plan it a little bit better next time. I think, it was my mistake. I have underestimated the time involved in that, So I think we should have made it as a full day session rather than half a day. Then we could have, all of you could have had lunch in time. So I think that is also important. So thanks a lot. And any other formalities, photographs, videographs?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Quickly, please, allow the people to go and have lunch.
Yes, sir. I request all the participants, the students, to please switch on the video. And we have shared the link for the feedback form, which you can kindly feed for the.
Yeah, I think that's important. It may take another, 20, 30 seconds. I think if you can do that, that will go a long way.
Yes, sir.
So good to see that, excepting for Avinash, all others, they are there. So very good, very good. So are you through, Sudipto?
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm through.
See, I have requested Sudipto to keep all the presentations on Swadhyay.
Sir.
So that, maybe you can create another folder. Maybe you can call it as a events or seminars or whatever. If you already got it, well and good. Otherwise, create one so that, they are all accessible to our faculty members, students, and also our PhD scholars. And another message I sent across to Sudipto was for the benefit of, the 2020 PhD scholars. I think all of them are requested to go through all the presentations. Maybe some of them, most of them could not participate in this. And there is a session on 28th on the technology management, which, I'll be taking. And for this session, this will be a baseline. So I'll not be repeating all of them. We'll have a discussion on this rather than repeating all of them, So
we will be doing, I will be doing that, sir.
Yeah, and also Sudipto, maybe, it is very likely that, 28th, I may not be able to take this session. If you can swap it, with 29th, then I'll be grateful to you.
Sir,
we can discuss with Dr. Kishore.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will have discussion and we will finalize.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay, thank you all very much and have a good day and bon appetit.
Yeah.
And, Dr. Jha has given you some appetite for you, I don't know whether you can order them and get them in a few seconds. Good. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All the best.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.